sleep over.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to begin this evening's board meeting. The school board meeting of August 29th, 2018 is now called to order. The time is 6:01 p.m. At this time, we request that all electronic devices be put in silent mode. Also, we ask that you please refrain from using flash photography except during the special presentations portion of the meeting. We would like to take this opportunity to remind the members of the public of the district's mission, which is to ensure that each student reaches his or her highest personal potential, and the district's mission to be a world-class school system. This evening's agenda includes the invocation, the Pledge of Allegiance, one recognition, public comment, consent action items, which include 5 items under Executive Services, 4 items under Academic Services, 1 item under Business Services, 2 items under Human Resources, 3 items under Other Operations, and 4 items under Other Business. Board members, is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So move.
Moved by Dr. Kuckel.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Teuber. Please record your vote.
You're going to hate me, but I can't. You're going to hate me, but I can't get up here.
Oh.
Wait a minute, you're the techie person here.
Why can't
Have to refresh or go back into the meeting.
You have to go out and come back in.
I'm stuck here.
Authenticate.
Taking a really long time. I can't. Did you get it?
Yeah, you just got to log. You're in. You did. You're it. That's it.
It doesn't tell me to record
No,
my.
I'm good. Thank you.
Sorry.
She hasn't, because she's not logged in.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't gotten my,
Yeah.
oh, there we go.
She had to get in before they could do that.
Sorry. Did you vote?
You need to vote.
Okay. Okay, you can do it.
Is it there? I don't see it. Motion carries 7-0. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that everybody approved it.
They did.
Okay. Mrs. Patrica will deliver the invocation, after which Mr. Teuber will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise for the invocation.
Almighty God, bless the public servants and the government of Lee County, that they and we may do our work in a spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice. Help us all to use our authority to serve faithfully and to promote our common life. Bless us, the citizens of this county, that we, in times of conflict, engage one another without hatred or bitterness, that we listen to your voice amid competing claims, and that we work together with mutual forbearance and respect. Bless us, the voters who participated in yesterday's election, and those who will participate in the upcoming November general election. Help us to elect trustworthy leaders. Give us the wisdom to make the right choices for the benefit of our communities, and inspire us to serve all our neighbors. Bless the leaders of our land, that we may be at peace among ourselves and a blessing to those we serve. Amen.
Amen.
The cadet presenting the colors for tonight's Pledge of Allegiance will be introduced by Command Sergeant Major Kevin E. Williams, Army instructor from Ida S. Baker High School. Sergeant Major Williams served 32 years in the Army in various assignments, including Operation Iraqi Freedom, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, as a combat medic. This is Sergeant Major Williams' 6th year as a JROTC instructor in the district. Sergeant.
Thank you. The national colors for the Pledge of Allegiance tonight are presented by Command Sergeant Major Tessa Perry of the Ida S. Baker Bulldog Battalion. Cadet Perry maintains a 3.80 GPA and is an active member of the Junior ROTC program, serving as the Battalion Command Sergeant Major and the Color Guard Team Commander. Cadet Perry is also involved in academics, marksmanship, and drill, where she has competed at the state level. Outside of JROTC, Cadet Perry is a member of the Marantha School of Dance. Upon graduation, she plans to attend the University of Florida to study psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated.
While the board members and the superintendent are coming down, I would like to ask Principal Carl Burnside to come join me at the lectern, along with lead technology teacher Ms. Denise Spence and student Kevin Damakiulagan, and also his two parents to have been here today to join me for this momentous occasion. Each year since 2002, CityPort, a Pearson VUE business, conducts a competition of the Microsoft Office Specialist World Champions in Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint, culminating in the most popular technology skills in Microsoft Office. In its 17th year, the 2018 CityPort Microsoft Office Specialist World Championship attracted more than 760,000 unique candidates from 116 countries who competed to demonstrate their mastery of the Microsoft Office products. For the final round of competition, 152 students from 51 countries participated. On July 29, 2018, Kevin Damakiulagan, a sophomore at Dunbar High School, participated in the Microsoft World Championship and captured first place in the Microsoft Excel competition. In addition, he had already won the United States National Championship in June of 2018. The school board and superintendent are pleased and honored to congratulate Kevin, Mr. Burnside, Ms. Spence, and his parents for the first place, and along with Kevin for the first place of this 2018 Microsoft Office Excel World Championship.
The next item on the agenda is public comment. Mr. Dodig, please address the agenda item of public comment.
School board policy provides the opportunity at this point in the meeting to address the board concerning any matter on this meeting's agenda or any other matter relevant to the operation of the school district. If you completed a card and submitted it to me before the meeting began, you will be called in the order of the cards submitted. If you did not submit a card but still wish to address the board this evening, Ms. Morgan, the board chair, will give you an opportunity in a moment to express that desire. The rules concerning public comment are posted at the back of the room. The board does not respond during public comment time to remarks made by speakers. At the end of the public comment period, the board chair will address the assignment of any concerns or requests made during public comment to the superintendent to do so. Speakers and those attending the meeting are expected to act in a respectful manner. Attacks on individuals or abusive comments are prohibited. Time per speaker is 3 minutes. Madam Chair, I have 2 cards.
Thank you. Is there anyone on the right side of the auditorium who wishes to address the board and did not fill out a blue card? Anyone on the left side? State your name. Mr. Regal. We offer the opportunity to those who may be unfamiliar with the public comment process to raise their hands and provide their names. The blue card is a public record identifying those who speak and providing contact information to staff for follow-up. So please provide that card to Ms. Johnson after you make your comments. Thank you.
The first card tonight is Mr. Anthony Thomas.
Good evening, members of the board. I want to first congratulate my friend, Mary Fisher, on her resounding re-election last night. Mary did something that I didn't think she would be able to do. She stood up to the Republican Party and the whole legislative delegation, and she whooped them all. So you have to commend her for that. I think you got to commend kudos has to go to Kathleen Morgan, the quarterback here, who's supporting the sales tax and really leading the charge for her team. One thing I can say about Kathleen, I've known Kathleen a long time. She's very smart and very tough, and I admire that. Now, I did notice some of the comments that Mrs. Fisher made with her reelection. She said that somehow that one should interpret her reelection as a vote of confidence in the board and a vote that the sales tax is going to be looking good in District 1.
Point of order, board attorney, should be directed at school board business and not comments of board members or what their personal attributes are. We're really going for the interests of the district. I don't know our policy, but I believe that we're outside that policy.
Well, I will say that he's making public comment regarding the business of the school district. So if, in fact, he steps over the line, I will certainly be here to judge that.
Let me say to my friend Steve, I helped put you in office. I got a friend at the ACLU, Howard Simon. He runs the ACLU of Florida. We know the law frontwards and backwards, and nobody's going to stop Anthony Thomas from talking. So let me go on to say, I appreciate what was done last night, but I want to come back to this election results because I think it's important. If one is to interpret Mary Fisher's reelection as somehow in favor of the sales tax, then one has to look at the counterpoint. The counter argument, I would say, in District 5, 71% of the people went to the polls and they voted in the opposite direction. They voted for candidates who were against the sales tax. So if Kathleen and Mary or anyone wants to say that somehow Mary's reelection is a good omen for the tax cut or the tax increase that's going to be on the November ballot, I would say the counter argument would be look at District 5. Let me say about another issue. Before the election, there were some things that came out that the superintendent and Mr. Dodick has not provided us a copy of. The news press and the media requested a copy of a EEOC complaint that was filed by Dr. Renice Monroe. Dr. Monroe, from my understanding, being briefed on the complaint, she's alleging discrimination by the superintendent. Now, for some reason, Robert Dodick and the superintendent is saying that these documents are privileged. We're going to have the ACLU look at what exactly they're citing. I know the news press and Wink News and everybody wants to know. I know people in District 5, which has the highest number, the highest concentration of racial minorities, they need to know, is our superintendent discriminating against minorities? We saw with the NAACP settlement agreement that the superintendent made, he made no apology admitting that his government had been discriminating against racial minority students. I would welcome an apology, Mr. Superintendent, and I really would like to know what is going on with Renice Monroe. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Louis Navarro.
Good evening, Superintendent, Board. Lou Navarro, 46-year Lee County resident, former educator of impeccable character. As we say at USF football, down but not out. I wanted to address this reckless spending of the board. We have heard the words that it's not a revenue problem, but a spending problem. $22,000 for a fancy sign at Calusa Middle, LED. I understand you can sell advertisements like Estero High. Who's accounting for this money, and where is it going? I think we need to know as taxpayers. $10,000 for this beautiful board docs computer. I like the old way of yay or nay, like the Cape Coral City Commission. $12,540 in 2016 for the screens. That's nice. That's a lot of money, though. Could be going to education. You moved your school calendar up to a Friday, which was a big waste of money and a loss of a day's instruction. I never remember school starting and working in this district past Wednesday. Even Duval County started on the Monday. You have testing paranoia about finishing up by Christmas break so we can start stakes testing. That's why the news press wanted football moved to a winter sport. You started the year like Florida did 70 years ago. After Labor Day, there's no worry. And I might remind you that Dr. Browder and I took the letter for Dr. Browder and I and the golf coaches to move golf back to the spring because there's too much lightning. You're starting so early, that's why we have the problem. Please do not keep pushing this regressive sales tax on the citizens of Lee County. I have a document here that says you have the highest retention rate in the state at 13.11%, and this was given to me by a retired Lee County principal of a very esteemed person. I won't mention his name. How many Afro-Americans, Hispanics, and Caucasians are in this mixed that they've been retained? You don't need new schools to give parity to all educators and support personnel. You need to give the 13% pay raise that you got, Dr. Atkins, last month. And please quit the ruse that you are now allocating the money for school safety to pass this issue. There's excise tax, which would not hurt the local people. And Ms. Fisher, someone asked me, are you for the sales tax or against the sales tax? I mean, you know, come on. Politics. That's what I think they call it. Thank you. And next up will be my vision for the Lee County School District for the future. I've got some real nice, good things for you. Good night.
Thank you.
Kevin Riegel.
Okay. Hello, school board and Dr. Atkins and Mr. Dodig, Ms. Johnson. I sent an email this morning to every single person up here, so I hope you all received it. Everybody up here on the dais, did everybody get it? Okay. I'd like you to take a look at it because of what it involves and obviously the fact that it would need board direction from all of you, and I hope you will look into those matters and take care of them. Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks to all of the members of the public who addressed us this evening. Next is the approval of action items in the agenda under consent. The documentation for action items listed under consent is available to board members 7 business days prior to the board meeting. We are expected to review the material, and we have an opportunity to speak with the superintendent with any questions we may have regarding the recommendations. So, board members, are there any agenda items you wish to pull for discussion? Ms. Fisher?
I have none this evening.
I have none.
No, thank you.
None, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
None. Okay. So, moving right along. Is there a motion to, wait a minute, where am I? Yes, thank you.
You're right.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda's consent action items?
So moved.
Dr. Kuckles, seconded by Ms. LaRiviere. Please record your vote. Motion passes 7-0. Okay, included in the approval of the consent items on the agenda are resolutions proclaiming August 31st, 2018 as Sam Sirianni Day, September 2018 as Do the Right Thing Month, as well as September 3rd through 7th, 2018 as National Payroll Week. Dr. Atkins, please introduce any administrators in attendance with a new assignment that were approved under the consent agenda.
There were no new administrators in this agenda.
Okie dokie, thank you. Now it's time for board member comments. Ms. Fisher.
I just want to thank my family, my friends, and the members of the public for their support, and I look forward to the honor of serving for another 4 years as the District 1 representative to the Lee County School Board.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have none. That's it.
I've got two things. I'd like to recognize National Payroll Week because I think that we discussed in our last Finance Advisory Committee meeting the extraordinary efforts made by our payroll department to make sure that teachers and staff were paid. Right? Didn't we do that during Irma?
Yes.
So again, that was another example of staff that put their own personal needs and danger for their family and their homes aside in order to serve the people that they work with. So for me, National Payroll Week this year has particular meaning that it has never had before, and I wanted to thank them for that. And also, we approved a legislative platform tonight for 2019, and the wording of it concerned me a little bit because I think we all agreed that it's a partial platform. Mm-hmm. The word partial wasn't there, so I just wanted to have that conversation or say that tonight so that you, we're all in agreement that we will be coming back to that platform, we will be amending it, and we will be going to the public with items other than the two things that are there. Those are my comments. Thank you.
Mr. Torber.
Thank you. Just several congratulations to Ms. Fisher. I'm glad that the community found the wisdom to keep this board moving forward in a positive direction, and I congratulate her. I wanted to, we just recently, and I'm sure if you've been watching, you saw Kevin Dimakulagan, tough name to say, but win the World Award, and it's just, it's one award, and you'll see more as the school year progresses all the way through, of the amazing things that are happening, not only just at Dunbar, which is an amazing high school, but all of our high schools. I was at the SAC meeting yesterday at North Fort Myers, and what really impressed me was not so how many attending freshman parents that we had there, but upperclassmen parents were there, students were there to be involved in the success of the schools. And for people that are seeing our district and they really want to know what's going on, I invite them to attend a SAC meeting and see what's going on in your students' schools. You'll be amazed at all the things that are happening at each one of our schools, and the only way we can continue to get better is to continue that involvement. So, and you get to learn about things like that we get to celebrate the few and far between, the ones that reach the national level. I mean, he was the best in the world to get to be before us today, and we have a lot of kids hitting it at very high levels all the way across in every genre that we're doing in our schools, from arts to sciences to academics to sports, and you really to be able to enjoy that part of it is to participate. And so that's all I have. Thank you.
No comment.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations from me as well.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Dodig?
Just one point. I wanted to reiterate what Mrs. Patrica just said regarding the board's priorities, legislative priorities. I remember at the workshop that we did say we would go with these two, but there is an intention of the board to come back with possibly some others. So I just wanted to support that point. That's all I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Atkins?
No comments this evening. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay. So the next scheduled meetings of the board. On Wednesday, September 5th, there will be a board workshop at Dunbar High School, 6:30 p.m. I encourage members of the public to attend, and if they're unable to attend, to watch on YouTube. It will be streamed. This will be a workshop with the editorial board of the News Press, and the subject will be the sales tax. Also, on Tuesday, September 11th, there will be a briefing meeting at 2 o'clock, a special meeting to adopt the fiscal year 19 final budget at 5:05, as well as a regular school board meeting at 6 p.m. At this point, having no other business to come before this body, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Fisher, seconded by Mrs. Giovanelli. Please record your vote.
Are we going in the back?
Oh, you're right. I had forgotten about that. We going to go in the back?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. I am like,
Unless they don't want to.
vote carries 7-0. We are adjourned. We will be moving to the training room D. I think it's